Happy Thursday, everybody. It is, man, the week just flies by. My name is Jeremy. I'm with Valorous Circle, and I'm here to be your internet marketing buddy. And we do a live most Tuesdays and Thursdays to answer your questions. And on the mic with me is Mr. Mike Mahaffey, our producer. Mike, you want to say hi?
Hello, everyone. It's always a pleasure to do this every week.
Fantastic. So what we do is we try to answer any questions that you guys have throughout the week that you post on different avenues. We have a bunch of Facebook groups that we monitor, and Mike has gone through and found some really good questions this week. So, Mike, what is the number one question we have that we should be talking about today?
I got a unique one that we haven't dived into yet, and that is we got asked if it's still important to get involved with local communities. And then off the top of my head, like examples would be like Chamber of Commerce or like Better Business Bureau, stuff like that. Is it still important in 2023 to get involved with local communities?
Yeah. I'm going to say that is 100% based on your objectives. If you are a local company and you want to help people that are around your area, I think networking is probably one of the best ways to get the word of mouth out so people even know what to look for. So, for instance, if I have a plumbing business and people don't know the name of the business per se, and I don't have a keyword rich domain, I want to make sure that I'm out there shaking hands and meeting with people and letting them know what I do. So I find value in those for sure, especially the local chamber of commerce. I think that's probably one of the best ways to find people in your direct area that you can start servicing. And yeah, I think it brings value. So, Mike, what do you think? I'm kind of putting you on the spot here too, but
No, I definitely agree. I think no matter what kind of business you're in, um, there's always an emphasis on some kind of networking to some degree. Networking will never hurt. It will only benefit your company, getting your name, brand awareness out there to other people, and really just creating relationships for potential partnerships.
mhm.
I'm just thinking, if you're a plumber or a roofer, like through these group local communities, you can get involved with contractors or builders that you could create a partnership and create where they hire you out for specific jobs and whatnot. So
Yep.
I really think there's an emphasis on like the local communities and groups and whatnot. I wanted to ask you a follow up question. This is just off the top of my head. Is there anything that would be of similar nature online, like like local like groups that people can find online?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would say Facebook is probably gonna be one of the best spots. There's a lot of neighborhood community groups that people create. So see if you can get in one of those. That'd be fantastic. LinkedIn, I still think has some really good opportunities for business owners. And then it's an on-site website, but something that a lot of people do and meet locally. It's meetup.com where you can actually get involved with like-minded people, right? So there's a lot of entrepreneurs on there who like to meet and network. Um, I think this kind of all boils down to that old saying: "It's not what you know, it's who you know." And I think knowing people in your community is probably one of the best ways to get referrals. So great. What's next, Mike?
I feel like this is a topic we could talk about every single Ask Me Anything, but someone in reached out and asked, why do I have to work on my website for SEO? So in other words, like why is it something I should put effort into on a regular basis?
Yeah. Um, so we're going to talk about the big beast out there, Google. And Google has one thing that they want to bring to the public, and that's value, right? So if your website is stale, is it really valuable to people? Google will rank people who update their website on a regular basis via blogs, um, because they're informing people of they're answering questions before they even come up. They're really getting into the nitty gritty of how people are thinking and how they can fix that problem before it becomes a problem. And if you're not doing that, you won't get rewarded. That's kind of what it comes down to. Um, I just saw online somebody posted SEO is the race that never ends. And if you're not working on your site on a consistent basis, you're really going to be struggling to be found on Google. That's just kind of the way it is. It's just kind of like the pay to play program that um, just the world we live in 2023. So yeah, so the answer is yes. You have to be working on your website all the time in order to rank on Google, and especially in the front page. So great question.
Yeah, I always like to kind of use an analogy here. It's like a house. Like a website is like a brand new house. You could put all the money you wanted to it. It could be a very beautiful house that you and your significant other just moved into. But are you ever done as a homeowner? Like even if everything is brand new, does that mean you just set your house and forget it and just let everything go?
Nope.
As soon as you do that, you still have to do ongoing cleaning. You still have to do ongoing landscaping, or the weeds will take over. Even if you have a brand new building, a brand new house, there's always going to be maintenance done. And I think that's really what Jeremy's is pointing out here. Now, Jeremy, as I said with the house example, I used landscaping, I used cleaning, or maybe some remodeling of rooms and whatnot to upkeep a house. What are some things that people do? You mentioned maintenance and updating a website. What does that look like in technical terms?
Yeah. The easiest way you can start ranking on Google is blogging correctly. And so making sure that you have a system where if your team has a question or here's a question when they're on the field, they bring it back to the company, and the company can write an answer for that question on their blog. And the reason is because anytime you publish a blog, it's usually got a date stamp on it, so Google knows when it was published. If you do that consistently and you're building up this amazing authority, you're going to get rewarded. So blogging and strategic linking are going to be the two of the things that you can do on your website. If you ever need help, let us know. Once again, you can always click on the valorousscircle.com/linktree in the comments that I know Michael's going to post here in a second. But making sure that your website fits the standards, right? I mean, 2023, I think every single website now has to be responsive for Google to even notice it. So making sure that it works on the phone, thinking about how the website looks on the computer and the phone at the same time is going to be really important. And we have a recipe that we use at Valorous that really helps convert people who come to a website to be a lead. And if we can get them to your website because of the SEO work that we're doing, it's a win-win for everybody. So um, just making sure your site's up to date on a consistent basis, just like you do your house, right? Change the furnace filter, rake the leaves, clean your gutters, stuff like that. You have to do the same thing to your website. So great analogy, Mike.
Thank you. I got another fun question.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting towards the end of 2023. Businesses are starting to prep for 2024. I know we've talked about this a few Ask Me Anythings ago. But is there anything new that you are starting to get aware of, or that you would emphasize with marketing trends or digital marketing trends that business owners should look into or looking to start applying to their business
Yeah,
getting ready for 2024?
yeah. I think a small one is kind of going back to that Google Eat algorithm. Expertise, experience, authority, and trust. Um, when you build authority, I think you're going to have a much better response getting people to your website. So what I would be doing is making sure that that same email that you're posting with, so whatever email you're posting the blogs with, that's all on the internet. It's all kind of connected. So just make sure you understand, like, just because you post something with your name doesn't mean it's going to be referencing you, but that email is going to be unique. And that same email is that email that's found on Facebook and LinkedIn and all these other social media streams. When you post on those streams, it's all going to start getting interconnected. And Google has pretty much given a demo of how their new search engine is going to be working. And you should have as many people connected with you on social media as possible, and making sure that you share your content from your website on your personal account as much as possible. It's all going to be connected, in my opinion. Once again, Google will never say yes or no to an algorithm. They just kind of say if you follow the rules, you'll be good to go. But from the demo that they've done with how Bard is going to be working in their system, I believe there's going to be a direct correlation with the authority that people have through the authorship. And that authorship is going to be followed through emails. That way, when you post on your website with your email, you're going to have a lot more authority because they know you're a real person and not a company. And that's going to be valuable to people. So that's what I'd be looking for in 2024 moving forward as well. Once again, that's my philosophy. That's my thought. I might be completely wrong, but just seeing the demo that Google has done with Bard and how the search engines are going to be promoting what shows up on a artificial intelligent feed, it's telling me that if you're connected with somebody on social, there's a really good chance that when they search for something, you can pop up because you're connected with them through that same email and through that authorship. So long-winded answer for maybe a short question, but I think it's going to be important to connect those as soon as possible. So, great. Any more questions, Mike, that we have on the board?
We have a small one to wrap up with. 2023, 2024, there's more and more social media platforms getting created and getting popular. Which ones do you think home service business owners should be present on?
The answer is going to be yes. Yes. We don't know where that next referral is going to be coming from, right? So and if you can treat the platforms with respect and follow the rules that they have, no matter what, you have a chance to stand out. And the big ones are always going to be measured the most because there's the most data on there. You know, the Google Business Profile, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, those are all going to be very relevant. But moving forward, if there's a profile you can be on, if you have the time, if you have the bandwidth, and if you have the experience to figure out, if you have the knowledge on how the platform works, I think you should be on there. Once again, maybe with that same email that's found on your website, that's posting things on a regular basis as well. So it's important. We live in a digital world now, and I think we just have to get used to it.
So you're telling me even businesses today should even be on TikTok?
Yeah, 100%. TikTok, yeah, Reddit. I mean, if there's a platform, and it's got users, you have a chance to stand out, and you have a chance to make connections, and I think that's important. So, I message people on TikTok all the time. SEO gurus and website developers, and just asking questions and start networking with them. And it's not hard to do. It's a question, and they know me probably because of my epic beard. But it's fun. It's social media. It's social. It's not just promotion. So
I can wrap
yeah.
up with this a fun stat about TikTok. There's around 200 or 220 million users in the United States on TikTok right now. In
Mhm.
just under 40% of them are the ages 30 plus.
Mm-hmm.
And so gone is the day that TikTok is just a teenage platform.
Yep. 100%. Yeah. Great question. I know it's an answer that not a lot of people like because we have limited time, but that's why you hire a team. That's why you have somebody on your team to do it for you if need be. So yeah, great. So once again, my name is Jeremy. We'll be here almost every Tuesday and Thursday. Mike, who we've been talking with, will be here with me. And if you have questions, please feel free to comment with those questions. And we'll also scour the internet for big questions that come up as well. And if you have any needs for marketing, make sure you visit the valorouscircle.com/linktree that you can see on the bottom here scrolling. A lot of good resources for any entrepreneur who has a business if they want to be found online. So with that said, Mike, I appreciate you today. Thank you so much.
It's always a pleasure.
Yep. And we will see you